All right, guys. Awkward silence before it begins.
Are we live? I never know.
Mm-hmm.
You never let me know.
Yeah. Click the button. Takes a little bit of time to update in here. You know how it goes.
We'll wait till a few people get in.
Man, I wish we were playing some golf today. It's so nice out.
I'll be playing a little bit later.
Of course you will.
I mean, not too much. We're going out to Woodson. We have a golf match against Mount Carmel. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love Woodson.
Charles, your first buddy. Yes. Back to number 1. Sebastian, you're number 3.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be a fun one. We got a lot of things to go over. We had a fun day yesterday. We got some new merchandise in. So
yeah, I don't know if you guys saw us on our live feed, but we went out to Petco Park and just had a great time. And big shout out to Calloway and AJ for throwing us the invite and getting a chance to play with those guys. It was a lot of fun and it was just a really good experience.
Yeah, it was a blast out there. I mean, getting to hit some of those shots from like the grandstands out there, and you got like tops of the balls like in the air forever. It's just a cool experience. So I put a link down. Links at Petco Park down below. So if you guys want to check out some more info, that's down there. How old is Big Cat? Big Cat is 34 years old. Man, you guys crack me up.
How about those head covers? Should we wait till more people get in, or?
Yeah, let's wait till some more people get in.
Okay.
We're working on getting some Travis Matthews hats, so that's kind of in the works right now. But we still got a ton of these TaylorMade Adidas hats. So if you guys are interested, we got all the colors in large XL. So pick those up in the store. Is my hat crooked? Feels crooked.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. He's a lefty, so he's got that, southpaw pull to the left, I think. Andrew, I know we're like 2 minutes late. Sorry. We had to take care of a few things prior to this, so.
What are our handicaps? I'm a 2.9 right now, just adjusted a couple days ago, so continuing that trend down. Yeah. And what do you think you are?
I'm about a 1.
Yeah.
So
there you have it. Any giveaways? Probably soon. I think in the Petco Park video, we're going to probably do a giveaway in there and just drop something down below. We do have stuff to give away. We just have been, we've been a little lazy about announcing it. So we just need to remind you guys of it and get it up on the website and stuff. So it's definitely in the works. And we got some new wedges too that we're going to be giving away when Mike had his Del Norte High School golf tournament this past weekend. I picked up some wedges for a really good price over there, so we're going to give those away to you guys as well. They got Nighthawk stamped in there, but still.
They're like collector's items now, so.
They're brand new though.
They're brand new, awesome, great wedges. They were donated to the program and we auctioned it off and he was the winner, so.
Who won the closest to for $50?
This guy.
Twice.
This guy. It cost me big time. He was playing great out at the par 3 course, so he pretty much beat up on everybody. And my distance control was way off over there. The yardages that they gave us, I don't think were even close. So I'm very particular. I think the first hole was like 87. I pulled out a 60-degree wedge. It was playing like 77. And I just kind of chipped one and it flew the green.
Yeah.
And I hit my 60, 100 yards. 70% goes, 70 yards. So that's about what I hit it, and it definitely flew the green. So I think next year we're going to bring our rangefinder and we'll take it a little bit more serious and try and score a little bit better. I think we were just out there having such a great time that we weren't too focused on our golf games. So. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a blast, yeah, and they don't let you bring your clubs, so they have like every hole has a bunch of Callaway clubs, wedges. We tried the Mac Daddy wedges. That's pretty much what we were hitting all day. I think we hit one pitching wedge, and that was kind of the longest club that we hit. So the wedges felt awesome.
Yeah.
I hit a bunch of greens out there, so I have nothing but good things to say about the wedges. But it was just such a fun experience going out there and hitting some of those shots and. Yeah, you guys are gonna see the video. I think you're gonna really like it. We went through and got some good B-roll and stuff out there as well. So.
And I pulled out a women's pitching wedge on one of the holes and just pured it. I think it was like 167 and it flew the green. Yeah. So, those clubs are great.
Adam's asking, lost my putter cover today. Any chance to get a Golfholics one? So based on how we sell these driver head covers, that's going to kind of dictate if we produce, woods and putter head covers and kind of continue developing out new products. And because these head covers are not cheap, you guys saw the price probably on the website, it's $60. The link's down below, and that's like, yeah, we're making some money on that, but we're not making a ton of money on it. So they're expensive for us to get, and we just want to make sure that it's something you guys want before we continue to invest and get more stuff. So maybe one day, Adam.
Spencer said he's 13, he's a 10 handicap, and he was just asking how to get better. I think it's just chipping and putting. Just get out there and practice as much as you possibly can around the greens, and just work on your putting, and that's the only advice I could really give you.
Tristan saying, has Marco spent any time looking at Sean Clement videos? He looks like he's developing a great wisdom in golf swing. I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you. My golf coach is sitting right next to me right here, so Mike's basically taught me everything. I think the only thing that I've kind of tinkered with recently was aim point. I tried it out on the practice green and out at Torrey. You guys didn't see me doing it because we cut out kind of the preparation to a lot of the shots, but I was actually trying out aim point, and I struggled with it, to be honest with you. I think like standing and trying to feel slope at like 1 and 2, 3% is really difficult. When it gets more undulated, it's a little bit easier to feel because obviously it's more severe. But Charles and I Charles is in the room, but we were talking about this, and having like a level that you put on the ground so what 1%, 2% feels like is. They recommended also an aim point is a good way to train yourself, but I just need to get out there and practice that. But the actual the alignment with your finger in terms of how much break it has, it just gives you confidence in your line. Like that's probably the biggest takeaway that I have had so far, is that it just gives you a very particular spot where to pick and where to hit to. And before, when I was putting, I was more feel putting. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna break left. It looks like it's pretty severe. I kind of pick a spot and hit it to that. But with this, it feels a little bit more precise. But again, it's gonna just take time and practice, and hopefully I'll be able to give you guys an update in a few weeks and see how it goes.
Beach Fraser said, good evening from the UK. Happy birthday, coach. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. No. Okay. Justin, love you guys too.
Hey, Sue says, any new course videos coming soon? This Sunday, we're going to go out back to the farms and play out there. We have a couple, Paris is going to join us for that one, and I think we're going to have one new guest, so we're not going to tell you who it is yet, but it's going to be a great video. Hopefully we're going to have good weather, and they're going to just be getting done with their member guest out there, so the greens should be laying fast. There might be some big scores. I'm just going to let you guys know right now, because that course is a beast, so can't wait to get out there and do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and break 80 out there. That's all I'm gonna try and do, is manage my my mistakes and try not to 3-putt too many times. And one of the girls that are gonna play with us, she plays for San Diego State, so she's a really good player. She's a junior golfer in San Diego also that came through I think La Jolla. So she's a really good player, and should be a fun day.
Bobson saying, for either of you guys, what is your go-to method for busting out of a slump? I think it's hard to say, because I mean we have slumps. I personally have slumps like from round to round. So you could have one really good round and one really bad round, and then you just have to go out there and just keep grinding. I think probably the biggest thing that I've kind of learned recently over the last few months and playing as much as I have been is just like grinding out a round. And I mentioned in the last video, it's like a round is kind of getting away from you. Like focus up, like have that realization, and start focusing again and get back to it, and hopefully you can do a little bounce back.
Yeah, and just keep grinding, keep making small adjustments, and go through your routines. And if you're pulling the ball a little bit to the left, maybe aim a little bit more to the right, and just small adjustments with everything that you guys do if you are in a little bit of a slump. And I started off pretty rocky over at Torrey Pines, and then I kind of played a little bit better. I think I shot 2 under on the back, and I think I was like 6 over on the front. So But yeah, it took me 5, 6, 7, 8 holes to try and get my groove back. So.
How do you teach your players to deal with a bad hole mentally?
Golf is such a funny game where you try not to bring your past mistakes onto the next hole. Try and forget about the shot. I always try and tell my kids to breathe. I've said that a million times, and I think breathing helps any kind of anxiety or anger that you might have if you've duffed an easy shot in it, or you missed an easy putt or something like that. Can kind of get to you a little bit, but I don't get too upset. I know in the thumbnail it had me tossing a club, but it was a little underhand toss, finesse.
It was a perfection toss.
Yeah, it was a pretty good toss.
So nice.
I don't think I've ever tossed a club like a tomahawk, ever in my life. So I don't get too upset. I don't really slam clubs. I've never broken a club. I just try and think about how I can improve on that next shot, and try not to dwell on that past shot too much, and try and keep a good mental, I guess keel, so you don't get too up and down on the golf course.
Gabriel says, how much of a pain in the butt was it to fix all those shot tracers, big cat? So the shot tracers, okay, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the shot tracers in the last series of videos. They take a little extra time, like we mentioned a million times, but they weren't too bad. Like for Brian's swing, for Mike's, they're actually really easy to do because I know what the ball's going to do, and I just have to figure out like how high it went and about where it finished up. For my personal, like this last video, mine were the hardest to do because they were slicing so much and they just looked hideous. It was actually hard to edit my own, so they're tough to do, but I think it makes for a better video, like you guys have mentioned, so it's definitely worth it. What about making a Golfholics ball marker? Ty is saying we have them, Ty, so just check the link down below. There's a link to the head cover, but it'll take you to our store. We have ball markers already.
Charles asked, when is Calloway supposed to be done with the new building? I heard the end of October, so
Yeah.
I guess I'll confirm that with AJ, but it looked like they had a lot of work to do, so I don't know how fast they're working, but they must be really rocking it right now.
So Matt's asking, Coach, do your kids improve faster with a player style iron versus a game improvement iron or not? Which would be beneficial for 18 handicap?
For an 18 handicap, I would recommend game improvement irons.
Yeah.
I think, for you, it's just about making contact, good, clean, crisp contact on the golf ball, and distance control isn't quite as important. When you start dropping to like a 12, 11, I think, normal irons would be fine. And then your swing will adjust according to those irons. So for me, if you're an 18, I would just recommend game improvement irons.
And I don't think there's any shame in sticking with game improvement irons even when you do develop, because I mean really game improvement irons will take, one of the biggest benefits is that they have more workability, right? Mm-hmm. Like you can carve the ball, but if you're not a person that's interested in trying to like carve the ball both ways, and you have one, like Mike, he just plays a draw, he's trying to work on a fade, but he plays that draw and it works. So I think don't get too caught up in the clubs, just find ones that you like and commit to them and work on that swing.
Justin asked how long I've been coaching. 9 years, boys and girls over at Del Norte, and then I helped out for about 5 years for wrestling at my old high school for a little bit.
Steven's asking how far does Justin smack those drives?
Oof.
I mean, on average, he's got to be like 330, 340, right?
Yeah, I was going to say 325-ish.
Yeah.
When he connects,
it's crazy.
He'll hit it 350, 360 when it's pure. So yeah, he has that awesome lag at the top, and I think that kind of messes with his wedges because he kind of incorporates that driver swing with the wedges, and we're actually in the process of going out to Oaks North, and I'm going to work with him a little bit on his wedges, and so he stopped shanking them so much. so Justin, if you're watching, I got you next week, buddy.
And he's cracked balls before too, right?
Oh yeah, he's cracked his driver, he's cracked balls. I mean, he's a savage. His swing speed's 124, 125. It's just it's out of control.
And if you guys listen to the sound when he makes impact versus like all of us, like it literally just sounds different. Like it just sounds like something's breaking when he hits that ball. So it's pretty wild.
Paris is in the house. What's up, P? Actually, no practice today. We have a golf match. I don't know if that is accurate or not, but we have a golf match at Mount Woodson today. So I think we originally said it was at Stone Ridge. So I guess we should talk after this. What's up, Mama? Mom's in the house. She's going to, I think she's going to France here on Saturday, so she'll be gone for 3 weeks. So safe travels,
Nice.
Moms. Love you.
Dante keeps throwing up the hearts, so Dante, we love you too. Appreciate that. How much would the putter head cover cost? I have no idea, to be honest with you. It just depends on what we can get them for. I would assume it would be cheaper than the drivers, but we'd have to look into it. And again, guys, if you're just joining us, we got these driver head covers. They're in the store. Links down below. Check them out. They're $60, so I know they're not cheap. So you know, if you need a new one, you want a new one, they look awesome. They're made by Stitch Golf, so check them out if you guys want to see some of their work. But they actually did all the head covers and the bags for the President's Cup, so they do some really cool work. And yeah, that's all made in the USA too.
And they're limited, so you know we're not quite sure.
Yeah.
How many did we buy? 60 or
No,
30?
we got 36.
36.
Yeah.
So you know there's not a lot of people that are going to have them. So if you guys do have them, you'll be unique, and we'll see if we'll put another order in. You know if they sell out.
You guys need to give Brian a camera on his own next time. Yeah, Brian's he's very personable and he's got some great commentary, so it's fun getting him in there. I don't think we'll give him a camera. We'll see. You have to work up to that. But B, if you're listening,
Yeah.
we'll get you in a little bit more.
Paris
in
is
the
the
mix.
only one that's earned the camera so far. So.
How do I get my handicap from a 10 to a 5 or lower? I mean, just identify the parts of your game where you're losing strokes, right? Is it on the putting green? Is it with your driver? Are you still hitting balls out of bounds? You know, try to narrow that down and then work on that part of the game. It's just that simple. I knew for me getting down into the lower handicaps when we started this channel, I was all over the place with my driver and my putting was just atrocious. So those are probably the two things that I mainly worked on and improved, and it resulted in lower handicaps. So hopefully it works the same for you guys.
I think right there. Yeah, scroll down a little.
For real?
No, the other way. So I guess, yeah. Here we go. That's where we stopped.
When's the next Chicago trip and what courses are you playing?
I don't know if we're going to make it out this summer because we have so much planned, and I think we're going to try and make Hawaii, a go.
Yeah.
And if we do, then we're going to have to miss out on Chicago, and we'll probably have to do Chicago the following summer. I promised my grandma we would come out. We'll play Medina, Olympia Fields, Cog Hill, and hopefully Butler is really my goal, or Chicago Country Club, one of those.
Hunter's asking if we've ever played Vokies. If so, the Mac Daddies feel any better. We both have played Vokies. I played Vokies for a really long time. Mike tried them out recently, and then went back to Cleveland. But comparing it to the Mac Daddies, I mean, yesterday all we did was hit wedges all day, and they felt great. Like I said, I mean, they felt nice and soft. And I think the biggest complaint that I had with Vokies is that it just had it had like a hard feeling when you hit the ball. It wasn't as soft. That was the biggest difference that I've noticed with the Mac Daddies. So looking forward to trying those out over at the new facility. Who's Justin? Luke is asking. Justin is one of Mike's good high school friends, and then I got to know him about 10 years ago, and we've all been playing golf together. But if you watch any of our videos, like our last series of videos, we went out to Torrey, you'll see Justin in there, and he's the guy that's hitting the ball like 330.
Yeah. Yeah. Brazil's in the house. What's up, Brazil? Is that Leanne? Or
Luke?
Leandro?
Oh, Leandro. Tim, I don't know. Is Tim saying Bitcoin?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Bitcoin is?
No.
Virtual currency?
No
Be the
idea.
future. Invest in it. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
What? Oh, man. This guy ordered the head cover. Nice. All right. Yeah, guys, get your head covers while they're hot.
Did your handicap trend down after playing at the stadium yesterday? I don't think it works like that. So yesterday was just a fun day. I mean, it was most of the shots were between 80 and like 120 yards. So, but it was a blast.
Ray said, so happy this notified me to save me from my boring lecture. Golfholics always coming in clutch. That's right. Any tips for a pre-shot routine? Yeah, I'll give you mine, and if it works for you, great. I try and take one practice swing behind the golf ball. so I can visualize my target. I pick out an alignment that I want to aim at. I draw an imaginary line to the ball, and then I pick something in front of the ball, like a different colored piece of grass or a leaf or something like that. And then I get my club face positioned on the golf ball. Then I get my stance. Then I check my ball position in my stance, and then I just take a swing. And that's pretty much it. Or a deep breath and then go. So.
Will you be going with the Travis Matthews hats or Calloway? Travis Matthews all the way.
Yeah,
they make great hats. We used to wear them all the time before, and yeah.
I still wear them. I love Travis Matthews. I'm a huge fan of TM, so I can't wait to start wearing their gear again and get back with them.
Mr. Q is asking if you could improve one aspect of your game. What would it be?
I guess playing a fade. You know, I mean, I think that's the one part of my game that I'm missing, and you know, unfortunately with my grip, I don't think it's going to be that easy, and I'm not ready to change my grip or adjust it. But you know, when I do try and play a fade, I usually start it to the right, and then it goes right. So it's not like a true fade; it's like a block fade. And once I can get a little more consistent with that, that would definitely help me out.
For me, it would probably be just the driver, just finding even more consistency with it. It's definitely gotten better over the months, but I feel like it's when it's not on, it can get a little bit loose, and then not only is it I'm missing left and right, but I'm also losing a lot of yardage too with that big slice. So I think just having just a swing that I know that I can trust and do with the driver would really help my game out a lot.
Jack said, "What is your favorite golf memories, guys? Mine is probably the picture of my dad's tee shot on number 12 at Augusta. Yeah, you know, he's so lucky to play there."
That's cool.
Yeah, for me, probably my last round with my dad and my brother. I was out at the country club, and that was probably one of my favorite golf rounds, you know, since it was my last one with him. Obviously, going up to Pebble Beach was pretty special too, so that's probably my second. And then Hawaii was probably, you know, playing Kapalua was pretty sweet too. Love that golf course. So.
Yeah, for me, it was really the Pebble trip. I mean, we had so many good memories on that, and not so much Pebble Beach, probably all the build-up, the anticipation around it, but, you know, when we got to the tee box, it was a little bit of a letdown. But I think Spyglass, we were all in a good mood. Everything was good with the course, and we were just ready to get out there, and, like, we were just sitting on the tee box, you know, chopping it up, and, you know, friendly banter, and talking to the starter, some gambling, having a good time, and I'll never forget that. And it was such a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time playing for bottles of wine on the putting green. And just having a good time. I think that was maybe even one of my more favorite moments, you know, out at Spanish Bay.
So tell them about, like, once we arrived, what did we do as soon as we got to the hotel?
So, you know, for me, I couldn't wait to get out there. So I kind of told everybody, drop off their stuff. Let's go grab our putter. Let's go to the putting green and go, you know, gamble. And so they have this huge, massive green that is probably 100 feet by 100 feet with massive, huge undulations. And, you know, we hit a couple warm-up putts, and then the loser bought, you know, a nice expensive bottle of wine for dinner that night. So it was me, my bro, and Justin and Marco, and we just went out there and we gambled. And, you know, of course, I don't know who lost that one. I think it was Justin. Right?
I think Justin lost it the first go-around, I lost it the second go-around. But we were doing like 100-foot putts. Yeah. There was it was either a 3 or 4 putt. If you made a 2 on a hole, that was like a miracle, because the green was like 3 feet of elevation drop. You got, you know, you're going up and down and all around, and it was a blast.
Yeah, we had a good time, and then after that we just, you know, went to a nice dinner and had that nice bottle of wine, and I even had a little bit, and just had a really good time. It was just a great experience, and hanging out with your boys and people you love is, I think, you know, the whole part of this journey that we've been on. And you know, just it's forcing us to spend more time and play more golf and do more things that we want to do, and you know, we're getting to share it with you guys, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Lord Jamie is saying, hi from Scotland. With the Calloway sponsor, can we expect a future collaboration with Coach Lockley and Mark Crossfield? I don't know if that's going to happen. And just to be a little bit clear on the, you know, Calloway sponsorship, if you will, we're just getting stuff from Calloway right now. We don't have any kind of formal agreement with them. They've just been super cool about opening the doors to us and letting us, you know, into their world and inviting us to some of these events. So if you want to call that a sponsorship, then it's a sponsorship. But like I said, we don't have anything formal. Maybe that's how things work in this industry. We don't really know. This is like our first go at it. But with that aside, we haven't talked about Crossfield or doing any collaborations with some of the other people that they have on board. But hopefully we can make that happen. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Alan Lynn, what's up, man? His question was, any tips for bunker distance control? For me, I always say, for example, it's 150. I hit a 9-iron 150. I would club up to an 8-iron. I would choke down probably a ½ inch, maybe an inch, and I would swing probably 5, maybe 10% less, and then just try and pick it as much as possible. So that's how I kind of correlate it. I club up, I choke down, and I swing a little easier.
How many beers were consumed at Torrey Pines?
For me, 1. So that was enough for me. Those sculpins were so strong. I was all loose on the backside and shot a couple under. So maybe that's what I needed. I don't know.
I think I was in for 3.
Yeah, so. Marco was feeling pretty good too. He was playing great too. So I think he shot what, 1 under maybe on the back or?
Yeah, I think it was 1 under. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good round.
Favorite NorCal course? It's got to be Olympic. Oh yeah, Spyglass. My bad. I don't know why I was thinking like San Francisco only. Yeah, Spyglass, 100%.
Yeah. Just switched to the Chrome Soft and shot my first round in the 70s with them. First time out, nice Lewis. Yeah, those Chrome Soft balls are awesome. You know, we've said it a couple times. They're great around the greens. They're great for putting. They're long off the tee. They just feel great, and they're super durable. So they're going to be in my bag moving forward. So
I was looking for an out-of-the-character tomahawk throw. Should have known Mike was too smooth for that.
No. Like I said earlier, you know, I've never really tossed a club or broken anything and out of anger. So
Mike, what does a knockdown mean? Rob's asking.
So you know, for a knockdown, if you watch, you know, either Charlie Hoffman or Zach Johnson, they play a lot of knockdowns too. They keep the ball flight. So I don't finish my swing. I try and finish out in front of my swing, kind of like Arnold Palmer. And by doing that, it really controls the distance of, you know, where you're going and how you're doing it. And for me, I think distance control is one of the most undervalued assets. And I remember when I was younger, I read some article on Tiger Woods and how his distance control was the best out of any PGA Tour player during that run where he won, you know, 14. So, you know, I took to that. I realized that I needed to, you know, control my distance a little bit more. You know, like Justin, he's, you know, he can hit a 9-iron 150 to 175 because, you know, in that 25 yards of distance variation, whether you've got, you know, hazard long or OB long or something like that, it makes such a difference. And, you know, for me, I don't hit a lot of balls out of bounds. I think I've hit 2, maybe 3 on the channel in, you know, 9 months. Yeah. So, and a lot of golf and a lot of shots. And, you know, for me, I think that's the shot from, you know, from my standpoint to control my game.
Seth's asking how many head covers did we put in order for? So we got 36. Mike and I are taking 2, so we got 34, and we've already sold a handful. So I think we got around 30 left. Did we cross paths with No Laying Up? We didn't cross paths with them. I heard that they were going to be at the event, and AJ mentioned that he was going to meet up with them, but yeah, we didn't go talk to them.
I heard one of them say he put a little poop on it in the recent series. Yeah, back in the day, probably like 10 years ago, I did some long drive tournaments, and I did pretty well locally, and then I went to regionals, and of course I was like, you know, the smallest guy by like 100 pounds, and so I hit one 390 in competition, and one of the guys said, "Oh, that boy, you know, he put some poop on it." So it just kind of carried on and resonated with us, and we say that whenever, you know, Justin or Marco or me or Brian hit a good one. So just a little sarcasm, and it's fun.
Make for a good shirt.
Yeah.
Well, when's the next course vlog? So the next course vlog we're going to be filming. Well, actually, the next video you guys are going to see is going to be from Petco Park. So I'm working on that video right now. Probably not going to release it until next week. I really want to spend some time and make it awesome. So it's going to take me a little bit more time. And then we're going to film on Sunday out at the farms, which is, you guys have probably seen some videos from there, but we're going to go out there and with Paris and a new person. So.
Nathan asked, if the greens weren't punched, which course would you want to play again, Pebble or Pasa Tiempo? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd like to play Pebble when the greens are good, you know, and have a better experience out there. I feel like, you know, we didn't get the full Pebble experience, so I'd like to try it one more time. But Pasa Tiempo is a great course, and we loved it.
Do you plan any more road trips, different courses outside of the California area? We don't. The only thing we really have planned right now is our Florida trip that you guys have heard us mention. We're going to play TPC Sawgrass down there and some other courses. So that's really the only plans that we have. Mike's in golf season right now, so his schedule is a little bit tight with traveling and stuff like that. So I think we're going to stick to kind of SoCal courses for right now, and then when the season's done, maybe we can look at going out somewhere.
Yeah, my season will be done first week in November, so it'll be nice to get a little bit of a break, get back into the golf swing, and play some more golf courses.
Maybe go to like Phoenix or Scottsdale. It's
Yeah.
going to be perfect temperature out there, So
yeah, maybe we can do a vlog with Paige.
Yeah.
Who knows? Can you please lower the prices of the head covers? Ty. Unfortunately, we paid like, what is it, $40-some, $46, $47. So it's not like we're making a lot of money, but we're investing all that money into that. It costs about $1,500 to purchase all those, so making $12, $13 on the head covers is pretty much all we're doing. So
yeah, the time that it's taken us to produce this stuff and get all the products and make products happen is like not really worth it in terms of like time versus value. So we'd love to lower the prices, but because we order such tiny quantities of everything, it's the best we can do, guys. So if you can't afford it, I'm sorry, but if you can and you want it, get it. We appreciate the support. Either way, our channel is about watching videos, not about selling products. It was just something you guys asked for, and we made it happen. So,
any chance for a Golfholics tour bag from Steven? Love it. I would totally want one. Maybe Calloway, hooks us up, and that'd be killer. I'd love to have a staff bag. I've never had one, and if I did, it would be Calloway. And maybe in October we can talk to AJ and see if he'd be up for something like that.
Matthew says, came in clutch, get my mind off of pre-law class right now. Thanks, guys. Nice.
Mr. Q, always playing the swoop. You know it, man. I don't think I'll ever stop. Love it.
A lot of people are mentioning that they're slicing their drivers, so any tips?
I'll let you give that one.
I slice mine too, so I'm not the best person to talk about it.
Well, I mean, if you're right-handed, it's just like playing ping pong. You're going to cut across the ball, and it's going to have that spin rate going to the right. So all you have to do is really just kind of rotate through just a tiny bit more with your right hand if you're right-handed, and just try and square up that club face. Keep your hands in front. Try not to fall behind. And obviously, if you come over the top and you cut across it, that's also going to be. I try and put like maybe a glove inside your right armpit if you're right-handed. Try and stay inside a little bit more, and then come through and rotate. So that's all I think about. Muscle
Met said, what's the best way to improve wedge shots between 50 and 100 yards that require lots of touch? So the way that I think about those types of shots, if I'm hitting a lob wedge, which I typically hit about 80 yards, I think about, okay, how far do you have? If it's a 40-yard shot, it's just a half swing. Don't decel on your swing. Just continue to take it at the same pace that you would, but just try to do a little half swing. And then if it's less than that, then just make that adjustment, take it back even a little bit shorter. I try not to choke down too much on clubs unless I'm really trying to take a lot off of it, but sometimes that messes with my head, so I try to literally just shorten my backswing for controlling distance instead of choking it down. You could obviously do it different ways, but that's just what seems to work for me.
Charles asked, when are we coming to Georgia? We're going to be going, I think, late May or early June. So for Justin's 40th, we're going to play at Atlanta Athletic Club.
It's going to be a fun one.
East Lake, and what was the other one?
Peachtree?
Peachtree,
yeah.
Yes, that's the one I definitely want to play.
We're going to play East Lake, guys.
I know.
That's going to be nuts. Oh, gosh, I can't wait to get some drone shots out there.
Oh, I bet.
It's going to be sick. Can you guys play the Lano Country Club? Have you heard of that?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Lano? I'm not familiar.
Must
check
be
it
up
out
in LA or something.
No.
Long S flight. Any news when you guys are coming to the UK from Luke H? We don't have any plans. I was thinking maybe when we hit like 100K, something like that. Maybe at the end of next year is what would be great if we did.
Marco, is it hard putting right-handed? I'm lefty as well, and putting right-handed feels weird. It's not hard now, but I've been doing it for like 15 years, so I've had time to adjust to it. A part of me wants to grab a left-handed putter and just go see what it feels like, just to have a point of reference. But I'm also a little bit worried about like doing that and then just starting something new and just screwing up my game, because I'm actually playing pretty good right now and I don't want to make a lot of changes. Every time I've done that in the past, it's actually hurt me more than it's helped me. The only thing that's helped me in the long term has just been practicing and playing more consistently and just spending more time thinking about my game, where are my misses, and working on those types of shots. Like I know with the driver, I mentioned it before, but I know with the driver, that's like my arch nemesis. So if I take 5 extra seconds with the driver, I grip it a little bit softer, swing smoother, stay down on the ball, I'll most likely keep it in play. So that was goal number 1 6 months ago. Just keep the ball in play, and just small building blocks. So kind of went on a tangent here, but yeah.
His course management has been a lot
better.
better. So I think that's playing a role. His scrambling ability has been great. He's keeping it in play. His driver's been struggling a little bit recently, but other than that, his iron play has been great, and his wedges have been really good too. So one of the guys just said that he's switching the crumps off per our recommendation.
Nice.
Love to hear that.
Can we do a what's in the bag video? We're gonna save the what's in the bag video for when we go to Calloway and get a whole new setup. So I think that's gonna hopefully happen this month, end of this month, maybe early next month, and then we'll do a video obviously around that and show you guys kind of the whole new setup. I'm really excited to try the Epic drivers. I've heard nothing but good things, but it's gonna be probably a long process for us because we're so particular about the whole setup. So there's gonna be some learning curves and
yeah, we'll
a lot of tinkering.
A little bit, yeah, we'll tinker a little.
What's the most money either of you ever played for a whole round?
I played in the money game out at the Wolf game over at Del Mar CC. I lost $2,400 on one hole, and it was supposed to be a $300 to $500 a hole type of thing, but it doubled, it tripled, then he made an eagle, and then I got slapped with $2,400. But I made a comeback. I was down $900 on the last hole, ended up making a birdie, and won $1,800. So I ended up, coming up a little bit on the day. So,
how do I hit the sweet spot more with my driver? Slow down your backswing. That's probably the biggest thing that I notice. When I take a quick backswing, I tend to just start moving in and out and doing all these funny things. And I take a slow backswing, you get better tempo, better rhythm, and that just equates to better contact.
Someone mentioned that we need to get AJ out for a vlog on the course. Yes, we are going to get Amanda from Calloway and AJ out at, I think, Goat Hill Park. We're going to try and set something up over there. So we saw Amanda at the Petco links, and she seemed interested, and AJ said he was in too, so it should be a fun day.
And AJ is going to be in the next in the Petco Park video that's coming out pretty soon. So he was awesome on camera. So you guys will see plenty of AJ in that video.
My boy Peter Finch switched to the claw grip. Must be watching the Golfholics vlog. Yeah. Nice, Peter. Good job. He was such a good putter before, though. So
yeah,
either way, he's got good touch, and I'm sure he'll do it right.
What was the total amount of gear you bought? Dude, your brother went nuts with Pebble Beach with gear on that Pebble trip.
I think I spent like $400 or $500 on gear. Like one shirt was $120.
Yeah.
So I didn't buy a lot of stuff, but I had to get some stuff. I think this guy kept it, pretty low key most of the time.
I think I didn't spend more than like $800, and probably a good chunk of that was just like stuff that I bought for Ashley and Elon for, just some memorabilia. I got Elon some like little kids polo shirts from Olympic Club that were pretty sweet. So yeah, I think I spent more money on them than on myself.
Charles said, love the smack talk from AJ and Mike at Petco Park on Instagram. Yeah, AJ was great, man. He could talk trash with the best of them. So him and I were going back and forth. It was pretty fun. It was a good time. I definitely had a good time.
How about a match between Be Better Golf and Golfholics? Loser leaves social media forever.
Done.
You guys will be doing YouTube Golf Fans a huge favor. Oh my gosh, man.
I'm in.
Oh, Fred, you're killing us.
Oh,
killing us, Malls.
That was pretty good though, but I'm down.
Why can't we see your hair, coach? Why can't they see your hair?
All right, you guys want to see my hair? There it is.
There it is.
Hair. All right. Jesus. Oh my gosh. I'm not a puppet, okay? I'm sorry. It's just weird.
For people that play with you guys frequently, you should do a what's in the bag. We'd like to. They just kind of take a lot of time to do what's in the bags. Maybe we'll do like a quick overview if we play with someone new. Throw it in the outtakes or something. Tim, what's up, Tim? How's it going? He just got out of his meeting. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Tim?
We had an encounter yesterday at Petco with one of our fans, with TJ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, TJ came out. He heard we were going to be down there. He snuck in through the door, used our name, went right through, met us on the first tee, ended up hanging out with us for most of the day, and it was a fun time. Glad that he was able to come out and join us.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. TJ gave us some stuff, a towel and marker from his club, which was super cool of him to give us some stuff. So, nice meeting you. Would we play with Peter Finch again? Absolutely. We'd love to play with Peter. I mean, we had such a good time with him out at Santa Luz, and yeah, I think he was just a fun guy. He started, like we mentioned a million times, he started talking smack to us like right off the bat.
Yeah, we love Peter. He's a homie.
He fit right in.
Anytime he's in town, we'll definitely play with him. Hopefully he'll play with us again. And yeah, we had a great time with him.
Hardest course in San Diego?
Torrey Pine South.
Yeah, right after the Farmers.
Right after the Farmers,
so
with
you
the
get the
thick
full
rough.
beat down. Yeah, fast greens and thick rough.
Yeah.
And if you play it on like a cold day where the ball goes like 15 yards less.
What stretches do you guys do to stay flexible on the course? Exercises for more power? ? Yeah, just stretch out the hamstring a little bit, get the shoulders, get the rotation, get the torso moving, and yeah, just try and get those hammies stretched out.
Mike just likes to kick his legs up and down. You guys are probably.
I pulled my hammy like a month ago. It's still a little tight, so I stretch it out a little bit. Mike, you probably answered this question before, but how do you generate so much power in your drives? You know, I keep everything pretty quiet. You know, I rotate back. I don't transfer my weight to my right side. I try and rotate around my spine a little bit, and try not to have too much weight transfer. And then when I make impact, I make sure that my hands are in front of the club face. The angle of impact of the driver with the ball is supposedly good. You know, it's supposed to be right where it needs to be. And if it is, then the ball goes where it's supposed to.
And I think that's a great question. I mean, when we went to TaylorMade and we did that fitting and we were on the TrackMan, Mike's numbers in terms of, you know, where you want to be in terms of, like I said, angle of attack, the smash factor, how well he hits it on the club face, everything was like top notch. I mean, I don't know what percent he was in, but it was optimized. So he's making the best use of his size, his swing, and even though our club head speed's like 108 miles an hour, which isn't really that fast, when everything else is on point, you get maximum distance. So but knowing where that stuff is kind of hard. It's hard for someone to know unless they go on a TrackMan or go on a simulator and kind of like have an idea of where they're losing distance. And so if you guys have, you know, the opportunity to do that, highly recommend it. And just they'll give you a printout or ask for a printout of the numbers, and just go do a Google search for what those numbers mean, just so you have an understanding of some of these things.
Kyle said, "What's up, guys? Love the videos. Can you give me some drills for working on wedges around the green?" I don't have a lot of drills. You know, all I try and do is get my setup correct, make sure your hands are in front, and make sure you're accelerating through the golf ball and you're hitting down on it. Get that crisp little contact, create that spin, and then adjust according to how far you take it back for how far your distances to the hole. So yeah, it's just more practice, feel. I don't have any specific drills.
Yeah, and we hit a lob wedge around the green pretty much exclusively. I mean, you guys probably already know that by now, but if you have a lob wedge, if you don't, grab your sand wedge and just go and practice that. Like, press your hands forward, put the ball a little bit further in the back of your stance, and just hit chip shots and see where the ball comes out, how the ball comes out, if it's spinning, if it's not spinning, and then just pay attention to what you're doing differently that maybe changes the characteristics of how the ball's spinning, what it's doing. And yeah, it just takes practice, but it's not rocket science. You guys can do it.
David asked, Coach, do you have any training tools you use with your team? The only thing that I use with my kids is an alignment stick.
Yeah.
So I just try and make sure that the alignment's dialed in. Everything else is feel for me. I go over swing thoughts and stuff like that with the kids, and then where they need to be at the top, the takeaway, and then also the downswing, and then weight transfer. So those are really the only things I work with the kids on. I try and keep it simple with the putting. A couple kids on my team are claw, pencil grip, and they're doing really well. Some are left hand low, and then there is one kid that is just regular handed. So
Brian's handicap, do you know it?
I think he's a 3.
Yeah,
he's a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Coach, you seem to be able to hit your wedges quite a long way. Any tips you have a lower ball flight on your wedge shots?
Yeah, you know, obviously I have a strong grip. I keep it inside, and then you know I hit a knockdown, so that controls all my distances.
And you still play a draw with them a little bit,
and
right?
I still play a baby draw.
Yeah.
I mean, with mine, probably not quite as much, but with those Callaways the other day, I was definitely playing a big draw. But yeah, just keep my hands in front and keep everything really quiet, and that's pretty much what I stick with. Play LA Country Club, yes, would love to play out there. I don't think we have any contacts out there, so if
we can get out there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we should do that then.
I think it's just like $500 around, so that's the downside.
Okay.
Do you guys only play with people around your skill level, or are you open to playing with anyone? It really just depends. I mean, we're usually open to playing with anyone, but if you're like in, you know, the 20 plus handicap, it's hard to film and play and look for all those shots. Even when we play as a foursome, it's really hard to keep pace of play. I mean, we were behind pace at Torrey pretty much the whole day, and you know, we're conscious of that. We try to move fast, be respectful to everyone else. So it's not that we don't want to play with people that are, you know, not as good players. It's more if we're actually filming out there, it already slows us down a ton, and it just becomes, it forces us to rush, and then we start rushing our shots, we start rushing the camera stuff, and like it just makes kind of for not as fun of a day. So
Colin said that you guys get to the UK, I'll put you both up at Liverpool and we'll play Birkdale, Hoyd Lake, and I'll take you to my club too. Yes, Colin, let's do this.
Shoot us an email, Colin.
Yeah,
get in touch, and yeah, we'll make that happen.
Yeah, that sounds fun, man.
Yeah.
I'm down. Would you guys like to play TPC Boston? Yeah, for sure. That sounds like a good course. Heard a lot of good things about it.
Marco, you just got new TaylorMade irons and switching already? I mean, the only reason that we would be switching anything is because of Callaway's generosity and us just starting to work with them more. So obviously if they're going to invite us out and give us all new equipment, we're happy to go through that experience and get to show you guys everything. Plus I used to play Callaway irons before the TaylorMade, so it's not like a foreign brand to me. And I used to play their driver as well. So.
Yeah, and I got the Callaway Apex irons right now forged, and I love them, and those wedges felt so good. So now we just need to get to the driver 3-wood rescue. You know, actually, I play the Rescue by Callaway, so love that thing too. Nathan said he wants to give us a free putter. Thanks, man. Yeah, send us that email and we'll touch base. Yeah. Appreciate that.
That's awesome. Thank you. Can I get a few tips on how to grow a channel? I have my own golf YouTube channel and can't grow. So YouTube's tough. I mean, it comes down to consistency. You just have to put yourself out there and see how people respond. I think the one thing that we've done pretty well was just ask for feedback and made adjustments to what we were doing. You know, in the beginning, we basically did like slow-mo shots. We barely talked. The music was too loud. Like, I just remember like so much feedback, but that's, you know, you kind of put yourself out there and see how people respond, like I said, and we took that feedback and started changing the videos, right? Trying to make them better and make them more entertaining, and you know, we're doing it all for you guys, so it'd be silly of us to not ask for feedback. So I think that's probably the biggest thing. Other than that, just continuing to make videos, right? Like if you upload one video a week, like it's a little bit harder to subscribe to that unless they're really phenomenal videos and you know they're something that people really love. But with YouTube, people just love, I think, consuming content on a continuous basis. So it's almost like, I think of it as like a TV episode. You know, you want to binge watch a good show. You don't want to just wait like every week for it to come out. You're willing to do that because that's your only option, but we'd all rather binge watch shows usually. So YouTube's kind of the same way. The more videos that you can put out, you'll build that audience, and I think engaging with them, talking to them, asking for feedback, building the relationships, responding to emails, comments, I think all that stuff is critical. So it's a ton of work. I spend probably about 40 hours a week working on this channel. So you know, it's just got to grind it out, but it's totally worth it because everyone that we met through the channel and the people that we've connected with has been one of the coolest things that I've ever done in my life, for sure.
Yeah, me too, absolutely. Dan, quick shout out from Australia. Thanks for watching. It's 6:30 a.m.
Lewis is saying, yo, Marco, I have a left-handed set of Nike Vapor Pros X Stiff. You interested? Appreciate it, Lewis, but I'm not interested. If you want to give it to us and we'll do a giveaway to a lefty, I think that would be super cool because everything that we've been giving out in terms of equipment has been righty, and I got a sweet spot for my lefties out there. So yeah, if you want to donate it, let's give it out to someone out there that needs a new set.
Tim said the CCRB championship starts tomorrow. Gonna hit some knockdowns for you. Nice, Tim. Good luck out there. Maybe throw me an invite next time. Let's get out there and play.
Greetings from Norway. What's up, Eric? Who would you put your money on if it was Peter was to play Brendan from Be Better Golf? I mean, you got to go with Peter just based on the numbers. I mean, that guy's so consistent, and man, he pounds the ball. He's a great putter. He's got just an all-around really good game. So
yeah, I got Peter too.
Yeah. How did it feel to beat Coach on his birthday? I think we pushed that day, so I think we both shot the same score. Last I remember.
Yeah, it was a mess.
So it's fine. Now beating him, it's still fun, but I don't put as much emphasis on it anymore. I stopped thinking about that a while ago just because I'm trying to focus on my own game. So it's cool to be shooting in the 70s though. I'll tell you what, that makes me happier than anything. Just being able to see a 7 on my scorecard at the end of the day is very rewarding.
Hi guys, thanks Mike for the advice on beating my mate. I beat him by 10 shots and had my best round. Yes, thank you.
Love it.
We saw that email. We really appreciate it. That's awesome that you did that. Really happy for you. So anything we can do to help, we're here for you.
Joel asks, can you talk a little bit more about the tournament you guys are setting up next year? Thank you for the reminder, Joe. So the tournament is going to be July 16th next year. It's going to be out at the Santa Luz Club, where you guys have probably seen in the videos. And the whole idea of that tournament is to invite everyone from the channel that can make it. We need at least 72 players to make the tournament happen, and I think we already have a dozen people committed, which is awesome. But we want to have you guys out. Lunch is included, dinner's included. You can bring your spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, it doesn't matter. Bring whoever you want, they can come to dinner with you. And we're just going to have a fun tournament. There's going to be close to the pins, long drive contests. There's going to be awards and prizes for the top 3 groups. It's going to be scramble format, so it'll be super fun. They're going to have the course closed down. It's going to be on a Monday. They'll have the course closed down the whole day, so basically we're going to have the entire facility to ourselves. So it's going to be probably the best that we can get with what we have, and you guys are definitely not going to want to miss it. So hopefully you guys can make it out. The link is not down below, but I will add it. Check one of our other videos, the link is down there.
Nathan said, if I gave you guys a free putter, would you guys putt around with it and put it on your show for one episode? Tell me what you guys think. Yeah, I don't know if it's
what kind of putter is it?
I don't know, but
is it like a different brand, or you just want to give us Odyssey putter?
I'm guessing it's one of his brands.
Okay.
So yeah, shoot it over or send us a message, and we'll play with it, or I'll play with it for one round for sure.
What would you say is your guys' monthly budget for golf, playing plus equipment? We don't really do anything with equipment on a monthly basis. Like the golf balls that we have, that we've gotten from Calloway, we've gotten a few dozen. I think they'll last us for a while. But in terms of playing, gosh, it varies. But
it's whenever we can play.
It's got to be at least $300,
$400
$400 a month.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably 4 or 5 for sure. So yeah. You guys play any other sports during the year? Also in high school, did you guys achieve any major accolades? I grew up wrestling and did okay with that, and then baseball and golf were my sports.
Yeah, I just played golf in high school. I started as a sophomore. Was just happy to make it on the varsity team, I think by my senior year. But yeah, I really didn't achieve much in high school, to be honest with you. I didn't play any of the other sports. I was a computer nerd, to be totally honest with you guys. I took editing classes in high school, and I just kind of learned the internet, to be honest with you. That was a big thing when I was going to high school, and not a lot of people I remember downloading MP3 files and burning CDs for people and selling it to them because no one knew what Napster was. So That's what I was doing in high school, but yeah, it was fun. I don't regret any of it.
Relic 5 said, come play Palo Mesa, just a few minutes north of you guys on the 15.
It's a
yes,
good course.
We definitely, I think I know the head pro over there, Inch. He's been a pro up there for a while, and Travis Inch. And anyways, we should definitely go up there and play. Jack, can't do it, buddy. Can't do it.
Sorry, I scrolled down a little bit.
No, right there, you're good.
Come play golf in Canada. Would love to. Who wins the World Series?
I'm gonna say, I guess the Yankees, right? Don't they always win it?
Well, now I have a new goal: get below a 20 handicap so I can play with you guys sometimes. That would be a dream come true. Yeah, Nick, get down to under 20 and hit us up. Maybe we'll make it happen. That'd be cool. We're gonna actually be doing something pretty cool in the next couple of weeks. Can't give you guys too much details about it, but we're gonna make someone's day. He's a fan of the channel, and there's gonna be an element of surprise. So it's gonna be some video like we've never done before. It's all just to make this kid happy, and I think you guys are gonna love it. It's obviously around golf.
Nick said, Mike, it's to my understanding you won a big on a poker night one night. Use some of the proceeds to buy your first limo. Can we hear more about it? Yeah, so I ended up one day going out to Verona and just made a couple $1,000 on a poker game, and I mean, that didn't really buy my limo, but it got me motivated to buy a limo. That night I was driving back around midnight and I saw a limo drive by, and I was kind of in limbo on what I wanted to do with my career and my life and everything else. I was in real estate, kind of miserable, going to an office every day, pushing paper, and I just said I needed to get out of that. And so I saw a limo drive by, gave me an idea. I said maybe I'll start a limo company. So I went home, did some research, went online. A week or two later, I bought a limo, shipped it out, and basically went to work and didn't have any knowledge in the limo industry, and just kind of learned as I went along and made a lot of mistakes, and got beat up a few times, but grinded it out, and 12 years later, here I am, loving what I'm doing. I love my company and driving limos and just having a good time. It allows me to work with kids and do this golf channel with Marco, and it's just been a great business.
Either of you guys had a hole-in-one? Mike's had one out at Oaks North. What hole was it?
Number one at Oaks North. It was 155 yards into the wind. Hit a little knockdown 8-iron, and it went right in.
In the videos where it's just you guys, are you out as a twosome or a foursome and you just don't record the other guys? Pretty much when we play with other people, we try to record them. So unless we've never had this happen before, but if someone we were playing with didn't want us to record them, we wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, what you guys see is what who's playing with us. So we don't leave people out.
David said, Coach, my kids are 12 and 13, started golf last year, made huge improvements. The first 6 months, then they hit a plateau. How do you keep kids motivated in their second year? Make it fun for them. For me, I try and incorporate fun games with the kids. Competitions, putting competitions, chipping competitions, even range. Closest to pins. Play 18 holes on the putting green. Closest to for chipping. I just try and create different fun atmospheres, and the winner maybe gets ice cream afterwards, or the other person has to clean your car or something along those lines, just to keep them motivated. Have that I guess golf is such a sport where if you don't have the independent kind of it's not as fun and flashy as football or baseball or that kind of sport. So, you kind of have to be more, maybe bring music out there, do little things to change up the aspects of golf and not make it as boring for them, make it more fun, of an atmosphere for them to be around. And hopefully they'll want to be out there instead of, you forcing them or, them not wanting to be out there as much.
And I think that also applies to like adults too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you and I have so much fun just chipping and doing closest twos, not only when we play, but also when we practice, and that keeps us focused and engaged too. So even for, anyone else watching that is looking for another way to kind of improve their game, I think that's the easiest way to go out and practice is find a buddy that's as passionate as you are and go out there and start making it worth something. Don't just hit shots just to hit shots,
Yeah.
And then that way you focus a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. All right, 2 more, and then I think we're gonna have to shut it down. What do you call them? Chad says, Mike, just so you know, I'm still naked and afraid of North Korea cave. LOL. That's awesome. Oh man, that's great.
Let's see, let's pick a freshie.
All right. Someone said, please hire more people to run your business with equity incentives so you guys can put out more videos as much as possible.
Oh man, trust me, that would be a dream just to do this all the time. And yeah,
I feel like I'm 2 years, maybe 3 years away from that. I feel like Marco is kind of already at that level where he can take away and his business kind of runs itself. And I'm slowly, taking steps away, but there's so many logistics when it comes to a limo company that it's tough for me to just completely step away.
Did we have any luck with Crossfield and Lockheed? No, we didn't. They never responded, so yeah, no luck from those guys. Mike, what is your smash factor with the ladies? Oh, Fran, that's awesome.
Fran, I don't know. I do okay. I have fun. I'm around women all day with my wine tours and stuff, so I definitely meet plenty of women.
Mike, any chance you doing a teaching vlog?
I don't think so. You guys don't want to hear me talking about the golf swing and doing all that stuff. I don't think. My swing's not that great. I don't have anything pretty about it. My grip's not great. I think I just do the basics correct, and that's why I score him. I think my course management's pretty good. So between those, that's what keeps my handicap down. But I don't have a perfect swing. Marco's got a much better swing than I do, and maybe he could do a little coaching lesson for you guys. And I only work with kids, to be honest. So it's if you're a kid and you need help, I've had plenty of kids reach out to me, and I've helped them with their swings and stuff. So if you are a kid and you need some help, shoot me a private message on Instagram, and I'll help you out.
Jackson said, is there an age limit for the tournament? For instance, he's 15 and a 12 handicapper. No age limit. Doesn't matter what your handicap is. You just got to show up. Just come on out. Bring someone if you want. If you don't come with anyone else, we'll put you in a foursome and just make groups out of people. So, but the one common denominator for all of us is going to be this channel. So you guys will have something to talk about. Hopefully, we can build the community, make it even better. We're going to invite Rick and Peter and me and my golf and all those guys out. I don't know if they're going to show up or not, but we're going to shoot them an invite and try to make it even more exciting. So. Yeah, right. Hopefully you guys can make it. But yeah, with that, we're going to shut it down right here. Petco Park video will hopefully be coming out pretty soon. Super pumped for you guys to see that. We had a blast out there. And buy a head cover.
And a floppy if you guys need. They're great. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are playing some golf today and having a great day. I'm going to go play a little bit later on. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Later.